Hello students. In previous lectures we discussed already Raman spectroscopy, small point from which one is remain, that is the rule of mutual exclusion. The rule of mutual exclusion. This rule is helpful for deciding whether a particular mode of vibration will be active in IR's and Raman spectrum. That is, a molecule we already known that possess different modes of vibrations, and each mode is responsible for signal in IR and Raman spectrum. Then, but that all modes are responsible for signal. Some of them are responsible for signal, and some are not shows signal in spectrum. That modes are inactive modes, and some of the modes are active modes which shows spectrum, that may be Raman and IR. Then this rule of mutual exclusion helps to decide which vibrational mode is IR active and which one is Raman active. That rule is applicable for those molecules which possess center of symmetry. This rule of mutual exclusion is applicable for those molecules which possess center of symmetry. For example, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide possess center of symmetry as shown in figure. Then this rule, what is this rule? This rule states that if a molecule possesses center of symmetry, if a molecule possesses, any molecule possesses center of symmetry, then those modes of vibrations that are IR active will be Raman inactive, and vice versa. That is, those modes of vibration that are IR active, that modes are Raman inactive. That is, if any mode is Raman active, that mode is IR inactive. And if any mode is IR active, then that mode is Raman inactive. This is the rule. That is, if a molecule possesses center of symmetry, then those modes of vibration that are IR active will be Raman inactive, and vice versa. This is statement of this rule of mutual exclusion. Then for carbon dioxide, consider example. Carbon dioxide is linear molecule. It possesses center of symmetry as shown in figure. 3 atoms, that is 2 oxygen, 1 carbon. Therefore, 3 into 3 minus 5, that is 3n minus 5, means 9 minus 5, means 4 mode of vibration. Carbon dioxide possesses 4 mode of vibrations, 3n minus 5, 4 modes. That is symmetric stretching, asymmetric stretching, symmetric bending, and unsymmetric bending. And as carbon dioxide is possesses center of symmetry, therefore, according to the rule, that IR active modes are Raman inactive, and we already known that symmetric stretching is inactive, IR inactive, that one is Raman active, and remaining 3 that are IR active but that are Raman inactive. This is explanation of that rule for mutual exclusion. Then next part of this Raman spectroscopy is very important, that is problems based on that Raman shift. Consider one problem. A diatomic molecule is excited with radiation of wavelength 437 nanometer, which is incident light. A Raman line appears at 459.5 nanometer, which is scattered light. Calculate the Raman shift if it is Stokes, and is it a Stokes or anti-Stokes line? Calculate first Raman shift, and we know that from magnitude of Raman shift, that is whether it is positive or negative, we judge whether it is Stokes line or anti-Stokes line. First calculate Raman shift. That wavelength is given. Radiation of wavelength. That radiation, wavelength, both wavelengths means incident and scattered. Incident and scattered. That wavelengths are given. Then convert that wavelengths in a wave number. Wavelengths in wave number. That is mu bar. That for incident, mu bar I is equal to 1 upon lambda I, wavelength of incident. From that, we convert that. First convert that in nanometer to meter inverse, and then convert to wave number form. For scattered also, that is mu s bar is equal to 1 upon lambda s in meter inverse form. We obtain that. Then Raman shift, delta mu bar is equal to mu I minus mu s bar. Mu I bar minus mu s bar. That is wave number form, incident frequency minus scattered frequency. That calculated is 23,000 meter inverse. Which one is positive? And if Raman shift is positive, line will be Stokes line. Same way here, consider another problem. A substance was exposed to radiation of wavelength 400 nanometer. Means this one is wavelength of scattered light. Wavelength of incident light. The first Stokes line appear at 500 nanometer. Means this one is scattered light. Calculate Raman shift and energy change for the molecule. Raman shift calculate first. For that same here, wavelength is convert to frequency. That is wave number form. Nanometer to meter inverse. Nanometer to first meter inverse. And then meter inverse to wavelength to that frequency in wave number form. Then that delta V we calculated, and from that vibrational energy change delta E Hc into that Raman shift, that is delta mu bar. From this equation we calculate that change in energy for the molecule. Same way here, solve other problems based on Raman shift equation. Thank you very much.